Welcome back. I am Shauravi Banerjee and we are continuing to work with a large retail dataset. If you are wondering which one, then hurry. Catch up on the instructions to the first episode. The goal for this week will be to get you comfortable working with spreadsheets while solving some key problems. Here's a question we will answer in this episode. What were the top 10 bill amounts during the period of the dataset? When I calculated the bill amount for the first invoice, you may have observed that I multiplied the quantity and the price for each item on the bill. I must do this for every item on every invoice. So I will go ahead and create a new column and call it Items Price. For the first cell, I will just choose D2 and multiply it by its unit price. I get 15.3 pounds. I simply double click on the plus sign to populate the remaining rows, and magically all the cells are filled with quantity times unit price. We have two ways to answer our question. For the first one, we track each invoice and sum over the items price column based on the invoice numbers. We could use a SUMIF function. The other more sophisticated option would be a pivot table, which is used to build aggregate pictures from data. Let's check out the pivot table. Later on, you can tell me whether using the SUMIF function gives you the same output. Now let me show you how to build a pivot table. I'll click on the cell in the table and choose Pivot Table. I'll check whether it covers the entire data range, which it does. Choose the new worksheet, and for now just click OK. I have the pivot table shell here, and I will build a pivot table according to the data I want to aggregate. This is known as the pivot table builder. This will help me to construct my pivot table. It has 4 windows: the report filter, column labels, row labels, and values. For each of these windows, I will fill the required columns to answer the required question. In this case, I want the bill value generated against each invoice number. So I will simply drag invoice number under row labels, and you can see how the unique values of the invoice numbers are mapped under row labels automatically. Next, I will choose items price and drag it under values. Look here how each invoice number has the total bill value filled up against it. Like we found out in our previous video, invoice number 536365 is 139.12 pounds and 536366 has 22.2 pounds. So we are correct, right? We are one step away from the answer to our question. I select this cell and choose descending. And there you go. You have the top 10 bill values provided with their respective invoice numbers.